My name is Fedoruk, and this is a personal and professional overview of everything we've learned in these lessons and how it affects me as a future guidance counselor. First, we'll start with who I am as a person. In Lesson 3 in our DST map, I listed root for the underdog in my macro system. Now, this is something that's very close to my heart that my parents taught me, and it's basically an idea of inclusive friendship. So when I met friends, my parents always taught me, don't think about their popularity or where they come from or anything like that. Think about their personality if you want to be their friend. And I did that, and it's given me a very diverse friend group, and I find it made life very interesting. And I want to use this in my guidance counseling to teach kids that being unique or weird or different isn't something to be ashamed of. It's a strength and something to be celebrated. Now, next I'd like to talk about our Lesson 3 life experiences we wrote about, and I wrote mine on anxiety and depression. Now, this is something I struggled with at a very young age. It made it hard to wake up in the morning, hard to, focus on schoolwork. My medication made me very drowsy. It was a very difficult thing for me to go through, and I feel having this insight will help me help other students who have these invisible illnesses, these things that people don't know about. And I hope that I can give them tips and tricks and how to get around it and really be a successful adult. Now, in Lesson 6, we wrote about our passions. My passion is definitely in helping others and the arts. I would love to bring the arts into my work whenever I can through art therapy. I feel that art therapy is something that anyone can do. You do not have to have artistic ability to be expressive and learn more about yourself and your emotions. And I think this is something that can be a very healthy coping mechanism. It's something that I used myself and I continue to use to this day. Lesson 4, we talked about IETs. Now, this is something that really baffled me a little bit because I didn't know what kind of biases I would have, if any, really, because I was raised in a very inclusive environment. But my bias was on weight. And knowing myself, looking at myself, I'm not a very thin person, but the IET said I preferred thin people. I don't think this will affect my work in any way, but I think it's an American beauty standard ingrained in my brain from social media and things. But it's something I want to work on so I can feel more beautiful in my own skin. Next, I'd like to talk about my future career as a guidance counselor. Why? Well, guidance counseling is something that I feel really is on track with my life goal, which is helping others. And I want to make a difference. I want to make an impact. I want to have a personal connection with people. So my interests, wants, and needs directly tie into this. My interests are anything artistic, like I mentioned, passions, anything organizational, emotional, and I feel like organizing events for students, their school schedules, talking to them about their emotions, using art as therapy will definitely help me reach these goals. My need is to have a meaningful job. I need to make an impact, like I keep saying, and I also just need to feel fulfilled, like I have a purpose. I want to help others and work in an educational environment. I've always wanted to work in education. I just didn't know where. I hope my career has an impact on students to not only follow their dreams to their dream job, because jobs and money won't make you happy. I want to teach students how to be happy adults. And happiness isn't something that just falls into your lap once something great happens or you follow this goal you thought you had. Happiness is something that you have to work on every day, and I want to teach students how to be happy because it's very important. Next, I'd like to talk about my goals. Educational goals are definitely to get my bachelor's degree at ASU, get a master's degree in school counseling, and I'm hoping to maybe double major soon in the future. My financial goals are to pay off my wedding in 2020 and also to start paying off school student debt. My location goals are to stay in Ohio close to my niece and nephew. I want to watch them grow up and be close to my mom and my brother and, of course, my fiance. But in the future, I would love to get out of these Ohio valleys. It's a little boring. Maybe to some, mountains would be nice. My family and partner goals are to get married and maybe start a family in the future. Who knows? But right now, I really like my niece and nephew. My other educational goals are to take a cake decorating class. I want to learn how to make my own wedding cake. A little crazy, I know. I'd also, have to pass the Ohio assessment for guidance counseling when I get my licensure. Future plans. So my future PDP would definitely be on obedience, as I always reference in my Lesson 5 professional overview of the PDPs. Yeah, I have a little bit of problem with obedience. It's not so much that I don't like to follow the rules, as I'm very independent and I tend to go on my own path instead of staying on the right path. I don't mean to, it's just I get a little free-spirited, so I definitely like to work on that. My next career steps would definitely be, in 3 years, I want to earn a bachelor's degree in educational studies and become a barista trainer at work at Starbucks, because I work at Starbucks. In 5 years, I would like to earn my master's in counseling, and if I'm still at Starbucks, become a shift manager. In 10 years, I would like to look into art therapy programs and also, you know, maybe start a family. Additional training that I would like to look into would definitely be an art therapy certification or a degree if I need to get a degree, but something so if I can use it in the school system I can, or use it outside of the school system in a different kind of environment. Now, in closing, I would like to say, I would like to thank everyone for viewing my video on my professional and personal development. And I'm really excited to be a guidance counselor, and I really feel this career is made for me, so thank you.